I think this academy split is going to go really well.
I'm basically adopting the philosophy of our team, TSM.
Our goal is to be #1.
It's excellence. We're going to win all of our games. We're going to be #1.
And we're getting better every day.
I really don't care what team we're playing against. TSM, we're going to beat all of them.
I'm really excited to just play.
Show people that I'm a really good player. Really work on my leadership skills and learn a lot by playing under Jensen.
I'm excited to just prove myself.
They're hungry to learn, and that's what I'm most happy about.
I'm really confident in my ability to be able to learn and improve.
I'm a fast learner, and with time, I can be the best academy mid. We're probably just going to stomp everybody.
Hello, League fans, and welcome to the 2018 North American Academy League. I'm Rivington Bisson III, and joining me for tonight's premiere broadcast is Mark Zimmerman. Mark, this is basically your desk for the Academy League. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I like how you're introducing me, but I'm going to be more of a mainstay.
Absolutely. Play-by-plays will be switching out a little bit, but you'll see Mark quite a bit here on the Academy desk. And for those of you not already in the know, the NALCS has removed the promotion relegation system in favor of partnership with 10 permanent teams. As a result, we've retired the Challenger Series, and every LCS team now has a developmental roster in the Academy League.
And this is something I'm very excited about because previously, Challenger had the focus of getting into the LCS as a team. This is much more focused on the individual and improving North American talent. There's a max of 3 veterans allowed on a team. There's only 1 import slot, so you have to really focus on, improving your local talent as opposed to just making the best team you can to try and get into LCS.
And while being able to somewhat play against the upper LCS team, you are an academy team too. You're also playing in that same format.
Right, so it's going to basically be the exact same format that you have in the LCS. So if you ever do get subbed up, it's something you're very comfortable with, playing against 2 opponents a week, best of 1, those kinds of things.
And Thursdays, as you may have known, some offline games, but Friday, today, as we get to these days, it's going to be live, and the pressure is going to be on for these players.
Yeah, make sure you perform on Fridays, because the Thursday game is going to have less viewership, but make sure you just step up Fridays.
Absolutely. So we are going to get into a quick recap of those off-air games in just a moment. But what teams and players are you looking forward to here in the Academy League, Mark?
One person I'm excited about is Palafox, just because he was someone who has been high-rated in Challenger, someone that hadn't really been on Academy teams or Challenger teams previously, goes to Scouting Grounds. People start noticing him. He was the last pick there in the draft for Scouting Grounds. And then people were impressed. Clutch Gaming drafts him for their own team, ends up now on Optic, I believe, and is just someone who no one would have given a chance to if they weren't in this new format. So he is basically the case study of how we want player development to start looking in the future.
Absolutely. Caught a little bit of my eye as well with that Azir play, as we were talking about during the Scouting Grounds. I'm definitely looking at Lost. A super fun AD carry to watch. We saw him yesterday going really hard on the quadra kill as he went over the Baron pit with a flash by himself. So I think we might have some crazy stuff for this. And I think we're both on the same page with 100 Thieves being someone to watch.
Right, absolutely. I mean, they have Levi signed, and this is another example of how you can use the Academy teams. Let him learn the North American culture a little bit more. Let him learn English better. Let him level up those level of things. So when he does play, hopefully in the LCS soon, he's better adapted, and that's very interesting. And even without him, he wasn't available for yesterday's games. They still smashed. So the rest of the 100 Thieves roster, there's nothing to turn away from.
It is pretty crazy. Hopefully he can hold up to the hype once he does get back. So we did get our first look at some of the teams yesterday during the off-air games, and it had some interesting developments. In the first game of the day, Optic ended up having to sub in 2 LCS starters in Acadian elimination. The game started okay for Optic Academy, but ultimately TL pulled ahead for the win.
Yeah, a lot of topside focus there. Aurelia and Tanar kind of got that one snowballing, but the rest of the map wasn't going in their favor. Elimination goes down, and you can imagine that they probably did not have too much practice with the rest of the Academy team, as they're going to be starting for the LCS as well. A rough day for Elimination. Got caught out, bounced around a lot. Tristana before, they're groggy.
Yeah, lots of fights all over the map as we see these teams kind of develop and find their synergy. Later in the day, the Golden Guardians Academy squad took a surprisingly strong lead over C9 Academy, but the games went a little south after a few botched team fights.
Absolutely. They're playing a little bit less of a scaling team. They have Callista trying to brute force these engages. You want to be able to pick off a lot of people, and while they did have a big lead, they couldn't actually effectively snowball it. Here you see Zazel able to block that ram engage. He's going to kind of give his life up so the rest of the team can get out. They end up finishing off. You see C9, Singe running away from the top lane. Shiro there, barely getting out, buying time so that they can turn things around later in the game like this. They find a good engage on the rest of Golden Guardians Academy. And things go south once you have a Tristana who's online and Nazir who's online. They're able to pick these guys apart.
A lot of these late game dog piles is the teams kind of muddle about towards that mid game. As we said, the development here is going to come out. Who's going to be the first shot caller, and then we'll see them taking the lead behind him.
Yeah, this is one of those areas that you expect to see some of the academy teams struggling with. Those late game, how exactly do you close it out? And they clearly struggled a little bit there.
Absolutely. So as we head into today's games, let's check out the current standings. The academy teams of TL, FlyQuest, 100 Thieves, Cloud9, and Echo Fox all start day 2 with a win. Sounds pretty good, but everyone gets another chance to get on the board, so let's check out what's in store for today. We start with TLA taking on TSM Academy before 100 Thieves gets a shot at the LCS subs on Optic. Then Clutch Gaming and Golden Guardians Academy will face off ahead of Echo Fox and FlyQuest, and we'll close out the day with CLG Academy and Cloud9 Academy, respectively.
Yeah, and there you can see it pretty much mirrors the schedule for tomorrow, so you get to see what the academy teams have in store, and maybe you can start basing some things off that will happen tomorrow.
I can't wait. Make all your predictions. They're all going to be right this year, right?
Yeah, they're all going to be based off what happens on Fridays.
Just a little bit of each. I like that. I like that. You heard it here. So that brings us to our first matchup with Team Liquid Academy facing off against TSM Academy. And since you guys are probably a little unfamiliar with these teams, let's start by introducing the players. Starting on the blue side is Team Liquid Academy. That means starting in the top lane is going to be Viper, jungling hard, Mickey holding down the mid lane. At bot lane, it's Shoryu and support Joey.
And over on the red side, playing for TSM Academy in the top lane, it's going to be Brandini. Pretty well-known figure for a lot of people. In the jungle, Grig as well. In the mid lane, Ablaze, Olive. Bot lane, Mr. Rales, supported by Shady.
Actually pretty cool to see Raleigh finally like in the mix. We'll always see him on stage after the TSM stuff, so we'll see what he can actually get his hands into this game. A few new professional players to League of Legends, but honestly a lot of familiar names on both teams that we're seeing here.
Yeah, this is one of both these teams have a lot of players. On the side of Team Liquid Academy, you have Mickey and Hard coming in as people that you have seen in the LCS before. Mickey was known for joining Team Liquid last year. He got the start, tried to turn around that team that was struggling a lot, not quite able to do so, and he's really looking to rebuild his reputation here in North America, known in LCK as a little bit of an inconsistent player, and hopefully he's looking to smash this scene. Hard was formerly a jungler for Echo Fox, and he took a year off from professional play, obviously still played the game, but was not on any challenger
How can you
team.
not?
Yeah, how can you not play League? But he's still very much informed, so he's the jungler for Team Liquid Academy, and then you might recognize some of the other people if you follow LCS very closely. Joey was the emergency substitute last year when Aframu was forced over to play AD carry for the first time in forever. Joey stepped up. Didn't quite work out for them, but now he's got another shot here with Team Liquid Academy.
A little bit better yesterday. Didn't die, so that's nice.
Yeah,
got
obviously.
that going for him.
He's not just that. Don't jump entirely based off that LCS game. And then the final two people to round them out, Viper and Shoryu coming straight out of solo queue. Both these guys qualify for the scouting grounds, could have gone there, but declined the invitation, feeling confident that they were already well scouted.
And that being the side of TLA. Now on the side of TSM Academy, we do have TSM Scouting Grounds draft pick Ablaze Love alongside 4 LCS veterans, which kind of has to feel pretty good.
Right. I mean, TSM has Brandini and Griddick, who we were just talking about, having made stage appearances with Echo Fox previously when they were subbing out a lot of people. They also have Phoenix One support in Shady, who was playing the 3rd, 4th place match in spring, so he has a lot of experience. Mr. Rales has been seemingly on TSM for what feels like forever, but never really got into a game. Now finally going to be starting for the Academy team, and he's been in the scene a really long time, has been on 17 teams since 2012.
He's got the playbook. Now he just has to use that stack of sheets.
He's been in a lot of situations compared to most of these guys.
Figure out which ones are going to work now in the Academy League. So tough competition for these teams, but Shady is coming into this matchup with confidence.
I know a few of the guys from Collegiate, and gonna crush them just like I would if I was still in Collegiate whenever I was at RMU. And the other LCS players, I mean, they're not on LCS anymore. They're on Academy now, so I doubt they're very good.
A lot of strong talk, a lot of, even in the intro, crushing. We're going to crush this, we're going to crush that, but he definitely feels very confident about the upcoming games.
Very confident. Started their season with a loss yesterday, so maybe not going 100% according to plan quite yet, but they're going to try and turn things around here. But like we said, a very tough roster in Team Liquid Academy. Some of these other rosters, as we'll get into later in the day, have a lot more focus on newer players and developing them. And some of these guys are more looking at substitute options because you never know what's going to